gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Sandy VCAL PD presents the Sports Corner Podcast.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey guys, what's up here?
This is 2Sweet Podcast, and today we'll be going through some news, reviews, and rumors. And today we have ourselves a big episode today.
Yes, we're going to be talking about the Elimination Chamber. This is the biggest episode. We're talking about the Elimination Chamber, Raw, SmackDown. I didn't mind Raw this week.
I did my SmackDown this week as well.
SmackDown was horrible.
Yeah,
But
it was.
and as well, we're going to talk about Leigh's rumor mill, and then we're going to cut off the show with the best segment of all time.
The E&L
segment.
Segment,
Not the podcast. The podcast is the whole thing.
Either way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, we're going to talk about right into the Elimination Chamber.
And what a terrible, terrible ending.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about at the end because we're all right, as always.
Yep, as always.
We're going to talk about the first match of the day, the Women's Elimination Chamber.
Now,
The first ever.
first ever Women's Elimination Chamber, which, by the way, it did some credit.
Yeah,
It was all right.
It was all right. I liked the match.
But the wrong woman won.
The wrong woman won.
As much as I love Alexa Bliss, the wrong woman won.
Now, I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then you're going to talk about it a little bit, Leigh. Why would they make Alexa Bliss win? Now, why? No one wants to see Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. Like, Alexa Bliss, right now, she's doing the best work. Call me crazy, but her mic skills have improved so much. It's really good. But I really want to talk about the biggest letdown of this Elimination Chamber match, and that's Absolution. What was the point of throwing?
Yeah,
them
what
in
was the
there?
point of having Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville?
I don't mind Sonya Deville, but Mandy Rose, get off my TV.
She has a nice body, but God, her wrestling is awful.
Yeah, it's like Eva Marie. So it's just so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why the hell would they do this. Have Alexa Bliss win. Now I'm gonna tell you. My favorite part of this Elimination Chamber match, and that was when Sasha Banks
turned on Bayley.
There
Yes,
we go.
That was the most interesting part of this match.
Big. Now, as I predicted, Sasha Banks is going to turn heel. Same as Leigh, but I had it in a different kind of way. I wanted Sasha Banks to turn heel,
And win this match.
but then I wanted her to attack Bayley afterwards. I wanted Bayley and Sasha to be the end of this. And then, I don't know, somehow Sasha does something sneaky, pulls tights or something. As well, something really interesting on Raw happened, but I would say that after the Elimination Chamber review, as my Raw review will be the best Raw review ever in 2Sweet Podcast. But, so we're going to talk about this match. Mandy Rose, am I correct, was the first one eliminated?
Yes, Mandy Rose was the first one eliminated. And Sonya Deville was the second. Mickie James was the third. I want to talk about Mickie James during your Raw review.
Yeah.
Bayley was the fourth one, and Sasha was the last one eliminated.
Yeah. Now, this inaugural women's match was high energy and stiff from the very start. It also lived up to expectations compared to the men's in terms of storytelling. But we kind of saw a heel move from Banks. From Banks finally turning on Bayley to Bliss defending her title despite the odds against her. This match nearly had it all. After Bayley and Deville got it started, it didn't take long for the match to turn into a tag team bout of sorts. When Absolution absolutely destroyed Bayley. But then Sasha Banks came out and Banks put Mandy Rose in a bank statement, which is a pretty good finisher, I guess. And then next came the first big spot as stagement. Next came the first big spot as Mickie James, who, after cleaning house upon entertaining, hit a Thez press off the top of the pod to pin DeVille. Just seconds later, Banks and Bailey teamed up to eliminate James following a backstabber and Bailey to belly suplex. So, I guess this was okay.
Yeah, that was an alright match.
I kind of would have, if you were to get rid of Banks and Bailey, why not have Mickey James and Alexa Bliss fight it out? Maybe.
Yeah, you could have had a 2-on-2 match during this elimination chamber. Banks and Bailey, and Bliss and James. Simple as that.
Then Banks and Bailey then concerned Alexa Bliss. Pod to double team, which led them on a long chase up the cage. I'm going to say this was amazing. This is really good by Alexa Bliss. I loved how Alexa Bliss climbed up the cage. It was kind of like a cat and mouse. 2 cats, 1 mouse. Alexa Bliss trying to get out of there and maybe try and get one of them to slip. They didn't slip, but Alexa Bliss got what she wanted. When she went on the pod, Bailey got hit by Alexa Bliss. Then Sasha Banks hit Alexa Bliss. Bailey reached her hand out for Sasha Banks. It was looking like Sasha was going to pick her up. I knew this is the time for Sasha to turn heel or turn on Bailey. I don't really care anymore.
It was the perfect time for Sasha Banks to turn on Bailey. Yes, I agree with you there.
But after the Banks attempted to help Bailey to the top of the pod, she turned on her by kicking her down. Dramatic near falls followed, kind of, including a frog splash from Banks on Bailey. After Bailey hit her suplex finisher from the second rope, the Bailey to belly, Bliss rolled up Bailey for the surprise 1, 2, 3. Now this is very smart from Alexa Bliss because Sasha was already hurt. Bailey was a little bit more fresh, I guess, because she just got a hit with a Bailey to belly. Sasha Banks, and then you know what? Alexa Bliss said, "Why not? I'm gonna pin Bailey when it's right," and she got out, and there you go, Sasha Banks lying there. But there was a lot of near falls. Sasha Banks, what a Banks statement from the outside of the elimination chamber, and takes in
and then
back
takes
to
it
the ring.
into the ring. Yes,
That was absolutely. I thought that was gonna be the end of the match, but nope. Sasha Banks stupidly went up the top rope, and then Alexa Bliss capitalized by pushing her head into the pod and then doing a top rope DDT. That was a finisher, and then 1, 2, 3, the champion retains. Then she kind of had like a baby face thing, but then...
And then turned heel, yes.
And then she was already heel, but then turned it right back on the fans. I knew this was going to happen because I know Alexa Bliss.
It's classic Alexa Bliss.
It is classic
and
Alexa
that's what I
Bliss.
love about her.
Alexa Bliss is so good, but I still think Sasha should have won. Now, to the next match.
The Bar and Titus Catering. And God, how it was... It was boring.
Very.
We've seen this one too many times. There was no need to have it again at a pay-per-view. This isn't a pay-per-view worthy match.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk about this so much. The Bar won.
Yeah, the Bar won. 1, 2, 3. Titus Catering lost. Wah. No one cares. And moving on to Nia Jax and Asuka.
Yeah, and I didn't mind this match. I actually didn't mind this match. I didn't mind this match at all. Asuka obviously won by pinfall. Surprisingly, it wasn't by tap out.
Yeah.
And
the ending, it looked nice. It looked nice.
I disagree. I didn't like this. I didn't like how Nia Jax had more power over not the greatest, but the best women's wrestler right now. What is the point of having a Royal Rumble winner and making her look like she's crap? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
I don't really like Nia Jax. I want her on SmackDown.
Well, yes, I agree with you there on Nia Jax. She is better than a jobber.
Of course.
She should be pushed to a women's championship. As a matter of fact, she should have been women's champion a year ago.
She should have been women's champion when she was dominating on the scales. But then ever since this Enzo Amore thing.
Yes, she was killed, buried. Thanks a lot, Enzo.
I totally agree. Now, this match was kind of one-sided for the most of the part. Nia Jax really just absolutely destroyed Asuka, but then Asuka got a breath and then defeated her 1, 2, 3, and then after the match,
Nia Jax literally destroyed Asuka,
yeah,
putting her through the barricade.
That was sick, I have to say, but I disagree with it. And I think Alexa Bliss is scared. Alexa Bliss trying to get on Nia Jax's side. You know what I reckon will happen? I reckon Asuka's going to win. And she decides, you know what? I don't even want to verse Alexa Bliss. I want to verse Charlotte. And then Nia Jax is like, wait a sec. There's a free spot for WrestleMania against Alexa Bliss. 6 weeks away.
There's always a chance.
I'm going to turn on Alexa Bliss.
Yes. I agree with you there. There's a chance for Nia Jax to turn on Alexa Bliss, have this match at WrestleMania, and have Asuka move over to SmackDown for the women's title and beat Charlotte.
Now, this was probably the second worst match of the night, and this is Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt.
Now, it was funny. I have to say, the opening of this match really got my attention.
I thought Jeff Hardy was coming out.
Yeah, Brother Nero. I actually hope that Brother Nero was going to come out. You'll fade away and classify yourself as obsolete is the key words that Jeff Hardy uses as Brother Nero.
I fade away and classify myself as obsolete.
Obsolete!
There we go. This match, Woken 1 showed off more of his supernatural abilities as his character continues to evolve. The match, however, was largely forgettable, in part due to the crowd's performance, to focus on the beach balls and the wave. After Hardy entered the ring first, Wyatt's music hit and the lights were turned off. Bah! But when power returned, Wyatt was in the ring, but Hardy was gone.
It's sort of like Matt Hardy knew what was coming.
Now, I'm going to quit this match. No one cares. I'm going to go to something that really turned my attention. And this was Ronda Rousey officially signs her WWE contract. It was an awkward journey, but Rousey's road to WrestleMania 34 got off to a great start overall. The star of the segment was Raw General Manager, Olympic gold medalist, who won it with a broken freaking neck, Kurt Angle, who interrupted the cordial banter between the former UFC champion and the heel duo of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon to reveal the authorities' master plan. Now, I don't know if this is going to be rude to some of these viewers, but Kurt Angle's like, the only reason why you signed Ronda Rousey is to manipulate her. And wait a second, Triple H, didn't you say afterwards you owned the BITCH? And then Ronda Rousey got that attention.
And then the angry face comes out.
They blamed it on really him having flu or anomia.
Yeah, it was a flu. It was.
I'm going to talk about more of that of Raw, which is very interesting since Triple H did attack him. But anyways.
And that was a funny attack, by the way.
Yeah, that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But
stupid but funny.
Then Stephanie McMahon was in the ring alone with Ronda Rousey as Triple H took away Kurt Angle. And then Kurt Angle, one more time, is like, and didn't you say, Stephanie McMahon, Ronda Rousey was washed up and you can even take her on? And then Rousey went to nearly punch or slap Stephanie McMahon in the face. Triple H came in the ring, and then Rousey took Triple H's hands off of her. Triple H went back, and then boom, judo throw into the table. Stephanie McMahon gets all angry and stuff, slaps Ronda. Ronda doesn't do anything. Smart of her. Signs the WWE contract, throws it in Triple H's face. And yeah, this was the best segment. I think the only segment, except for Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, in my opinion, was probably the best. But anyways, This was probably the best segment with fans anyways, ever. Now,
the biggest letdown.
The biggest letdown.
The 7-man elimination chamber match between Elias, Strowman, Cena, Miz, Balor, Reigns, and Rollins.
The absolute trash of an elimination chamber match, and I'm going to tell you
And the
why.
most predictable elimination chamber.
After the predictable year-long build to WrestleMania 34 main event between Brock Lesnar and Reigns was complete in well predictable fashion.
And that's what pisses me off.
Braun Strowman should have won that match, and I'm going to tell you why.
He dominated the entire elimination chamber. Why have Strowman eliminate 5 men? 5. Almost the entire elimination chamber and not eliminate Roman Reigns. That's what ticks me off.
Because he's the big dog, isn't he?
He laid back. He laid back. There was no way.
I
There was
said
no way he was gonna win.
after episode 2, didn't I say they're gonna have Roman Reigns not hurt? They're gonna make Roman Reigns not do all the fancy stuff.
Yes, you did say that last week.
Yeah, I said that they're gonna save Roman Reigns for one person, and they're gonna protect him. I'm not even surprised if they came out second last. Elias came out last because he won.
He won that match between him, Cena, and Strowman. The winner goes last in the 7.
I agree with that one, but Elias should have had a little bit more of a role there. And my favorite person in this match was Finn Balor.
Of course.
Finn Balor was really good in this match, and I'll tell you why. I did like Strowman, but besides Strowman, I did like Balor. Balor showed an underdog-like style, and I really liked it. This match was really good. It started off with Balor, Seth Rollins, and The Miz. So 3 guys who are underdogs, I guess you want to say.
Yeah, you can say if they're underdogs.
I still would have said Cena instead of Balor, but that's my opinion. So, despite a dominant run from Strowman, in which he kicked out of countless finishing moves and set an elimination chamber record with 5 eliminations, Reigns will likely close the showcase of the Immortals, which is WrestleMania,
Again.
for the 4th straight year.
For the 4th time, yes. I might agree with you there. Roman Reigns might close the show for this year's WrestleMania. Again. And that's another thing that pisses me off. Because we've already seen Roman Reigns in the main event at 31, 32, and 33. We don't want him again in the main event.
Yeah. The Miz enjoyed a fun spot, which he mimicked Daniel Bryan's yes kicks on a 4-pack of opponents in the center of the ring, and I loved it how he picked Roman Reigns. After attempting to escape up the cage upon Strowman's entrance, Miz was quickly tracked down and thrown from atop of the pod into the arms of others in the ring. Strowman didn't just kick out of a long stretch. He legit kicked out of so many finishing moves, Strowman. And I thought he was done after that spear or that curb stomp.
I think it was a curb stomp.
Yeah, something like that. He often tossed his opponents across the ring. One time after Reigns initiated a Shield power bomb, the Monster Among Men then began a string of eliminations via power slam, including an emotionally crushed Cena, which no one cares about. After an elimination of Rollins, who proved to the workhorse of the match, Reigns began to finally weaken Strowman enough with 3 Superman punches and 2 spears to end the match. Horrible.
Absolutely horrible.
I'm going to give my thoughts on this, and then Leigh, you got to get my thoughts. We probably already have our thoughts, but I don't care. Get the hell off my TV. Get the hell off my TV, Roman Reigns. You are the worst wrestler of all time, first of all. You are the most
hated.
in our throats superstar. They just shove him down our throats like we are some toy. Why? No one cares about Roman Reigns. We are not little 8-year-old kids who get manipulated we know what they're trying to do. And I'm going to talk about that in my Raw review of why Roman Reigns is the worst wrestler and he doesn't even know how to set a promo. So, Leigh, what is your thought on those matches? I give that match a 3.5, 2.5. I don't know, because it wasn't that good and the winner was horrible. It's all about the winner as well.
Well, both Elimination Chamber matches, men and women's, and Nia Jax and Asuka were the best out of this card. Well, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt I did enjoy, but not enough. And the bar and Titus Catering I loathed. I hated this. And yes, that's my thoughts on Elimination Chamber. It was an okay kind of pay-per-view, but it was not at the level of best.
C-.
It's
For hardcore wrestling fans, C-. For little kids who like Roman Reigns and whine and cry, it's probably a A+.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's on the level of C-, and for the kiddies who like Roman Reigns and like to whine and cry on how he's the greatest of all time, it's an A+.
There we go. Now, Leigh, I think we have our confirmed matches. It's going to be AJ Styles versus Nakamura. Better be.
It better be AJ Styles and Nakamura, because with John Cena now in this WWE title match at Fastlane, shortens the opportunity
And
of having
then
this match.
Brock
Lesnar.
is versing the big dog.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. He's the greatest of all time.
He's horrible.
Yep, terrible.
So those are practically the two matches that are confirmed. And probably a triple threat match with Balor,
With Balor, Reigns, and Lesnar.
Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Miz, Balor,
Yeah,
Rollins.
Miz, Balor, and Rollins. Yeah.
Now, I
Sorry.
was going to do the Raw review first, but you know what? I'm going to let Leigh do his SmackDown review first.
It was boring.
So, Leigh, take it, please.
Those are the three words I want to say about this week's SmackDown Live. It was boring. Well, with John Cena coming from Raw to SmackDown, the promo, I must admit, looked interesting. It follows from what happened the other night. And with Cena now saying, I want in this WWE Championship match, it just made me angry. We already have enough superstars for this World Heavyweight title match. Why add another? Shane McMahon comes in. If you want to be in this match, you must get the opportunity to be in it. Daniel Bryan comes in. You'll have a match against AJ Styles. And where the salt will be rubbed, it was the worst out of the four matches that Styles and Cena had. After the Cena promo, Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, I don't really care. Baron Corbin won because of Dolph Ziggler coming in and super kicking Kevin Owens, distracted Sami Zayn, and end of days on Sami Zayn. 1, 2, 3, Baron Corbin won, and then zigzag on Baron Corbin. After that, another match between the Riot Squad and Naomi, Becky, and Charlotte. Only this time, Ruby Riott and Naomi were competing in a one-on-one match. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan on Ruby's corner, and obviously Charlotte and Becky on Naomi's side. I don't care. 1 star. Move on. After that, Breezango had a promo with Josh Duhamel, an actor from Unsolved and the Transformer movies. And I felt sorry for Josh Duhamel. I really did. Having to be there with two of the biggest jokes in the SmackDown Tag Team division. Two of the biggest jokes. The New Day and Breezango. And God, get Breezango off my TV. They are the worst tag team other than the New Day to be on SmackDown Live.
Breezango.
Yep, Breezango.
What?
Yes! I want them off my TV. Break the team up. Break the team up just like you did with the Golden Truth. I hated the Golden Truth.
I didn't mind Breezango, but I reckon Tyler Breeze deserves the United States title or something.
Tyler Breeze deserves some more.
Continue.
Okay, then. After the New Day with Breezango, they came out with with a promo on how they're going to be winning the SmackDown Tag Team titles at Fastlane. Then came the Usos, and the Usos were bragging about how they missed every single WrestleMania. 27, 28, 29, which they actually missed. They didn't compete at WrestleMania 29. 30, 31, 32, and 33. Now, out of those WrestleManias, they just competed in pre-shows. They didn't miss WrestleMania. You just competed in pre-shows, Uso. Quit crying on how you missed WrestleMania. You may have been there, but not on the main card. You were just there on the pre-show. And after the Usos and New Day threw words at each other, the Bludgeon Brothers came out. And that could be a little teaser on this is going to be a triple threat match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, which it shouldn't even be. It shouldn't even be a triple threat match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. It should be just the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers. The New Day shouldn't even be number one contenders. This is how angry I am. The Bludgeon Brothers should be the number one contenders at Fastlane, not the New Day. Now, Aiden English and Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I have a lot going on with Rusev and Lana in my rumor mill. I'll get to that soon. Shinsuke Nakamura won. 1, 2, 3. Next up, the worst match out of the Cena and Styles quadrilogy. John Cena wins. He's in the Fastlane match for the WWE title. I don't care. Wah, 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 wah. This is a D+. On to your Raw review.
Now, to a okay, mediocre show. I'm going to talk about my Raw review. I saw this live. I was sick. I wasn't able to be at school, so I watched this live on my TV. I'm like, you know what? I haven't watched Raw live in years, surprisingly, because Raw's that bad. And I sat down, and I'm like, all right, this is actually okay Raw. So I picked a good day. So I'm going to talk about the first match. I'm not going to talk about the first segment because the first segment was just Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and then they cornered Asuka and then Bayley and blah, blah, blah. This was another 6 women's match.
And that is boring.
But I like this. So, Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Nia Jax versus Asuka, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. This match was mediocre. The two biggest stories are that Asuka is going to challenge Alexa Bliss, and Nia Jax is in the middle of it. Leading up to a triple threat match, and Bayley gets retribution on Sasha Banks after what Sasha did in the Elimination Chamber, 2.5 stars. That's what I give the match. I don't even care about talking about the match. I'm talking about the story. This storytelling is weird. I have a feeling they're going to make a triple threat match between Asuka, Nia Jax, and Alexa Bliss. And I don't know why. Like, why? Why Nia Jax? Nia Jax has done
she
nothing.
lost her match at Elimination Chamber.
And now they're giving her another opportunity next week on Raw.
Yep, sounds like it.
If you didn't know, Leigh.
Yeah, I watched Raw. I was there after school watching Raw, and yes, I saw it.
Now, I'm going to talk about more about this because this is really interesting. I really think Asuka is the best women's wrestler. I'm going to say it time and time again. I don't really care.
Now, I was going to talk about Mickie James, by the way. Why turn her heel? Again. The first time worked with Trish Stratus. I really liked her back then as a heel against Trish Stratus. And last year, when she was working with Alexa Bliss, it kind of worked. And now this year, turning her heel again, I don't see how this is going to work. Why turn her heel for no reason? I mean, sure, last week you had her pairing up with Alexa Bliss, taking out Absolution. But still, I don't really see where they're going to go with Mickie James turning heel.
I see. And hear me out, Leigh. I like this move because Mickie James needs to be utilized, and as a face she will be, but she needs to be heel first because I don't want Alexa Bliss being face. No, never in her career. Maybe at the end we're gonna have Alexa Bliss turn on Mickie James. Now this is after WrestleMania. This is a little bit of a dance fantasy booking, but not really. It's the Raw review. I want Asuka to beat Alexa Bliss. Let's say they're challenging each other. I don't know if they will, but let's just say they are. And I want Alexa Bliss to be like, you know what? I tried beating this girl Asuka so many times, I just can't beat her. Alright, done. Mickie James and Alexa Bliss have a little feud. Alexa Bliss blames it all on Mickie James that she lost, blah, blah, blah. They start feuding. Extreme Rules, somewhere around there. But now, we're going to talk about the best in-ring promo, not freaking Roman Reigns promo. John Cena.
Now that I agree with you there, it was a great promo.
He knows how to cut a promo.
Unlike Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns doesn't know how to do anything. Doesn't even know how to do a goddamn spear.
And we'll be talking about Roman Reigns' promo later on in this review.
John Cena in-ring promo. John Cena is talking about how he's going to start his road to WrestleMania and talks about failure. He mentions The Undertaker's name by calling it out, but he says that will never happen and says he's going to SmackDown Live to find out what's next.
And I have a rumor on The Undertaker.
Same. And that's where I'm getting. This is my fantasy booking coming into play with the Raw review. By the way, that is a 4.5 stars promo that I'm giving it. You're going to tell me he called out The Undertaker and The Undertaker's not going to show up? No. Did you see the reaction from the fans? I don't really care about this match because they're both washed up hillbillies and they don't know how to wrestle anymore. But I don't care. I want to see this match. Nothing else for John Cena to do. What about we have this? I thought he was going to face Shinsuke Nakamura at the
Fastlane. But yeah, I think where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this, Edan. With Cena in this six-pack challenge at Fastlane, The Undertaker could screw him.
There we go. What about a Ministry of Darkness? Undertaker.
Yeah.
Just without the Ministry of Darkness. We need that old Undertaker back. We need that heel heat Undertaker. He's never going to be a heel. Everyone's going to boo him. They tried to turn him heel against Brock Lesnar. I liked it, though. I like a heel Undertaker. I want John Cena to feel intimidated by this Undertaker. We need an intimidating Undertaker for his final match. And I don't know if Cena should win, but that's debatable. Maybe Cena can turn heel, man. They should have done this at WrestleMania 31. Or 30.
Or 30, yes. They should have done this at WrestleMania 30. Yes, I agree
have
with you.
Have John Cena turn heel, smile in the face of the WrestleMania crowd, and defeat The Undertaker and retire him.
He should have been the one to beat
That would
the
have been worse than the ECW one night stand crowd against John Cena. That was the greatest crowd of all time.
ECW one night stand 2006. It was a great crowd. I'm with you.
And
there.
RVD did win that. So I say Undertaker screws him, and they lead up to a match at WrestleMania. Now, I want to talk about Heath Slater versus Bray Wyatt. Nothing really to talk about. Bray Wyatt seemed destined to see how many Sister Abigails it would take to get people to care again. At this point, a great war couldn't hurt. After Heath Slater fell off the map months ago, Wyatt didn't even have the common decency to pin the man. 0 stars.
Yep, 0 stars there. This feud should end. I thought it was going to end the Elimination Chamber, but it didn't. It did. That should have been the closing of the Great War between Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt.
Now, the easily the best goddamn match of Monday Night Raw. The Miz and Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins is the goddamn best in-ring performer on Raw.
He's already proven that in the Gauntlet match. He should have won the Elimination Chamber match as well.
Are you kidding me? I want to talk about this move, but I'm going to talk about it right now. This is by far the best match of today. The Miz came out talking about his WrestleMania opponent and his road to WrestleMania and how the IC title is the best title in WWE history. By the way, I wrote this all down. I'm reading off notes, just to be honest with you guys. I know we don't read off notes, but for reviews we have to, for purposes to confirm what happened and stuff. Anyways, that the IC title is the best title in WWE history and talks smack about Kurt Angle and how he's giving him an opponent tonight. And that opponent was Seth freaking Rollins. What a match they put on. Move after move, so many attempts at a finisher. Seth hits a knee and does a 5-star frog splash halfway across the ring. But before that, what a suicide dive by Seth Rollins against the Miztourage and the Miz, the whole Miztourage. What moves, even the yes thing, that the way they did the moves, the way they sold the crowd into this match was absolutely amazing. That 5-star frog splash halfway across the ring, it gets the win, but then Finn Balor comes out and steals Seth's spotlight. And this is coming to back episode 1 when I was talking about the Bullet Club, showing some heel tension.
Oh, yeah.
I'm giving this match a 4 goddamn stars. I don't give matches high ratings, but I saw that live. I didn't want that off my TV. The Miz versus Finn Balor, this match was not that good. Nothing to really talk about. I don't really care who says what. 2 stars. I don't really care, man. The Miz shouldn't have...
the Miz shouldn't even compete twice.
Yeah.
Why have the Miz compete twice on one night?
Now, let me talk about the worst goddamn promo. Forced fed promo in WWE history. In wrestling history. This guy has been forced down our throats for freaking... I don't know how long, man. I don't know how long.
Ever since the Shield's been broken up. Ever since they broke
I
up.
don't care anymore about Roman. I never cared about Roman Reigns. You should have made him win the Royal Rumble in 2014, 13?
Yeah, 14, I think.
14 against Batista. But no, they had to make Batista win. They didn't even put Daniel Bryan in the goddamn Royal Rumble match. And then the fans had to force Daniel Bryan to be in the main event. Me, I was a little kid. I wanted Randy Orton. I loved Randy Orton, but hey, you know, that's why you get smarter in the brain. Now, up until a half hour before Roman Reigns took to the squared circle, we expected Brock Lesnar to be there.
But he wasn't.
He wasn't, so they're trying to make Brock Lesnar the bad guy and force feed Roman Reigns. Anyways.
And I can't blame Brock Lesnar to not be there.
Yeah,
he didn't even want to be there. I wouldn't blame him for 1 second.
Who the hell wants to be around Roman Reigns? Anyways,
No one would.
The WWE Universe expected him to be there, according to Reigns, though something happened and he was not. Reigns proceeded to cut a promo in which he ran Lesnar down, saying he only shows up when the money's right. He added Lesnar and Paul Heyman will credit it to being businessmen, but Reigns was born into the business, and there is a fine line between business and respect. Now, let me say this. Roman Reigns can only cut a promo when he's by himself. If he's with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar staring him down in the face, he's going to choke. And you know who I got that from? I'm not even going to do. JD. And that's so smart. I just figured it out. How bad. He couldn't even cut a promo against John Cena. But when he was by himself, he can cut a promo because it's so scripted and he doesn't have that many nerves. But when he's doing a promo against someone else, he chokes because it's Roman Reigns and no one cares about Roman Reigns. Reigns with the line of his career, according to people. Get the hell out of here.
Seriously.
I don't respect Brock Lesnar. And I'm damn sure don't fear that BRTCH.
Now that's pure evidence of Roman Reigns being shoved down our throats for the past 3 to 4 years.
What a horrible pipe bomb.
Yes, it was terrible.
There's these are two of the greatest pipe bombs. And one is CM Punk. 2, AJ Lee against the Total Diva Girls. And they're both married. So, yeah, it runs in the family, doesn't it?
Yes.
Stupid Fatu family. I don't care about Roman Reigns. No one cares about Roman Reigns. And quite frankly, only 8-year-old kids care. But anyways, Reigns ended the promo by suggesting he was going to head back and take discipline from the office for what he said. And, in the process, earned the loudest cheers he has received in quite some time. Wrong. Why?
Are you out of your mind, people?
No. Wrong. He didn't... By the way, I'm reading this off article. This is the one I didn't write by myself. And this is off Bleacher Report, by the way, if you guys are wondering. I didn't write this one by myself. All the other ones I've wrote by myself. Roman Reigns is the worst wrestler. Now, this is my opinion. I don't know about Leigh's, but my opinion, it was a force down our throats promo.
My thoughts exactly. This one I skipped on fuck's sake. I couldn't watch this match.
Okay.
Or promo, sorry. I couldn't
By
watch
the way, that promo was 0 stars.
Yeah, 0 stars. Roman Reigns doesn't deserve anything. He doesn't deserve a Universal title. He doesn't even deserve any ratings at all.
The Bar versus Titus Caden. By the way, you got to turn him heel. The Bar versus Titus Caden. By the way, I wrote this all by myself. I didn't get this off Bleacher Report or anything. This one. So, okay, match started off quick with a bro kick. First fall, Titus was out of the match, and Apollo tried to fight off the Bar but couldn't and won. And then the Bar cut an intimidating promo. 2.5 stars. There wasn't really anything to say about this because Titus O'Neil was out of the match. Straight away during the match, I love this tag team. This is what made me love the Bar. What a distraction by Cesaro. And then, boom, bro kick. Straight away in the match. By the way, it was a 2 out of 3 falls, so you have to get 2 wins practically. So they got their first fall. Titus was out of the whole match. Apollo now, formerly known as Apollo Crews, tried his best but couldn't compete with the Bar. It got a 2.5, more 2 kind of, I guess. Not really 2.5. With hardcore wrestling fans, probably would have gave it a 1. Braun Strowman versus Elias. I also wrote this by myself. This match... Oh. Sorry, guys. This match was boring, but after the match was good. Elias got a fire extinguisher and sprayed the monster among men in the eyes and attacked him, but Strowman was hitting Elias, but he couldn't see Strowman. Attacked him, but Strowman was hitting Elias, but he couldn't see. Strowman was going to put him through a table, but he couldn't see. They went in a parking lot and Strowman screamed as Elias got away. Braun said, "I'm not done with you," screamed. And what I found fishy was there was a car.
Yeah, that limousine coming
I don't know who that limousine was. I thought it was going to be like someone big, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it was Ronda Rousey. I have no clue. No, Ronda Rousey was already in there.
Or probably Triple H or something. I don't know.
Now, Ronda Rousey put Triple H through a table and endured a slap from Stephanie McMahon at the Elimination Chamber. Monday, she was ready to demolish the billion-dollar princess, especially after she insulted that the Authority owns Rousey by way of her signed contract. Rousey was ready to destroy Stephanie when Angle, voicing his desire to keep his job as GM, admitted that he lied about Triple H bullcrap and Stephanie's true intentions. With Rowdy Ronda Rousey appeared to understand Angle's position but demanded an apology from Stephanie, or she would rip her arm off its socket. Stephanie came in intimidated to Ronda, and then she's like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry." Apologizes, and the Authority left the ring, but not before Triple H caught Angle with a cheap shot. The Olympian who broke his freaking neck struggled to his feet as the show ended.
Yeah, when Triple H clocked Kurt Angle in the face, it made me laugh.
Now that goddamn is the best goddamn Raw review you've had in all 3 episodes. You can agree, Leigh?
Yes, I can agree with you there.
Now it is time for the
Leigh's Rumor Mill.
Thank you, Leigh. Take it away.
Okay, then. With my rumor mill, it turns out that Brock Lesnar is not signing with WWE after WrestleMania, and I can't blame him. WWE sucks. Move on. And more from Dave Meltzer saying that he said on Wrestling Observant Radio that WWE wants to make Ronda Rousey the Stone Cold babyface and Stephanie McMahon the Vince McMahon heel.
Yeah, I got told by that as well. Why?
I have no idea why. You thought you could bring back the Attitude Era WWE? Well, you're wrong. You can't bring it back. It's
keep going on, Leigh. Sorry.
Okay. Continuing.
Wait. I want to say one more thing. Sorry, Leigh. No more smiling Ronda Rousey. Keep that angry face. I liked it on Raw.
Yep. No more smiling, Ronda. All right, continuing on. Jinder Mahal to be added to the United States title match at Fastlane. It should have been a triple threat match to begin with. It should have been a triple threat match to begin with. And this is how angry I am with this rumor. It shouldn't even be a one-on-one match between Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. You had a promo between Jinder Mahal, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton on SmackDown Live over a list, and then a few minutes later, or an hour later, you air a match between Randy Orton and Bobby Roode for Fastlane. That doesn't make any sense in my books. But in my book, I would have had this a triple threat match to start with. And Bobby Lashley has reached an agreement with WWE to return, probably after WrestleMania, and I can't wait. And as we spoke about last week about All In, with CM Punk having a teaser to join the Bullet Club, All In will be happening in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, baby, I hope that happens.
It will happen. With this in Chicago, it will happen, Edan.
What date is it, Lee?
I don't know. For all I know, it's in September.
Okay, cool.
Okay. With this rumor, and it will surprise some people, after WrestleMania, or probably after WrestleMania, AJ Styles to move to Raw, and for Seth Rollins to move to SmackDown.
What? So,
Yes, it says it here on my iPad.
So it's kind of confirmed that Shinsuke is going to beat AJ Styles.
Yep, it's confirmed. Possibly, if there's another superstar shakeup, Styles can move to. Sorry about that, people. AJ Styles to move to Raw and Seth Rollins to SmackDown. Probably a trade. Continuing on, Ronda Rousey won't be competing until WrestleMania. Won't be having a warm-up match. I don't know why, but Ronda Rousey should be getting ready for WrestleMania if she wants to compete against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. WWE, like you said, Edan, is planning to do Asuka and Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title, even though Asuka didn't even decide which title to go for. If I was WWE, I would let Asuka choose. And continuing on, Rusev and Lana not happy with SmackDown Live. Now, this got my attention. This got my eyes on this. Rusev and Lana were barely being used on SmackDown Live. I have tweets here from Rusev and Lana saying, so Johnny Boy can come out of nowhere and get a match versus AJ Styles for a spot at Fastlane, but I can't even get a match on SmackDown Live. Land of opportunity, my Rusev day. Lana says 40 minutes before this tweet, let it be known that Rusev is more over than Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, obviously, and Rusev Day deserves to be WWE Champion and main eventing WrestleMania. SmackDown Live, if you are the land of opportunities, then give my husband his rightful opportunity. Or are we selling propaganda again? Now, I agree with both Lana and Rusev. They are hardly getting opportunities from SmackDown Live. If I was the creative team for SmackDown Live, I would let Rusev have a spot at WrestleMania for the WWE title. Am I the only guy who knows a thing or two about SmackDown? I should be the whole creative team. No question. Okay, continuing on. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal to not return at WrestleMania.
Wow.
Yes, and I love this match. Ever since it was announced, WrestleMania 30, I was excited for this. And rumors going around saying it's not to return this year. I don't really get this. All right, continuing on. Luke Gallows and Kyle Anderson saying that they are also not happy with WWE. And I also can't blame them. They are hardly being used, and they don't even deserve to be baby faces on Monday Night Raw.
Both. All three of them, Finn Balor, the Balor Club, should be heels.
Yes, I agree with you there. Doc Gallows, Kyle Anderson, Prince Devitt, they all deserve to be heels. Balor Club all deserves to be heels or move out of WWE to rejoin the Bullet Club at New Japan. Either way, you should do that. Okay then. Now this also got my attention. Rey Mysterio finalizing a return to WWE and to challenge John Cena at WrestleMania 34.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's here, Edan. This is on my rumor mill.
Get off my TV.
Now, as much as I want Rey Mysterio back, I don't want this match. I really don't want this match. And if anything, there's nothing else left for John Cena, like you said, and there's nothing else left for The Undertaker. He's probably he should be retired. With that announcement that John Cena made on Raw challenging The Undertaker, he shouldn't even be going through another match. The Undertaker shouldn't be going through one more match at a WrestleMania.
If he is, John Cena.
Yep. I agree with you there. Okay, then. Yeah. And Kurt Angle being Ronda Rousey's partner for WrestleMania, which is pretty much unpredictable. It's pretty much predictable, sorry. Yes. It's pretty much predictable that Kurt Angle being Ronda Rousey's partner at WrestleMania taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And yes, I agree with this one. There is nothing else left for The Rock. He's busy doing Hollywood stuff, and yeah, this is pretty much that. That's it for my rumor mill.
Thank you, Leigh. Now, it's going to be the E and L segment. The best goddamn segment
Of all time, baby!
There we go. Now, let me just say this. We're going to be talking about our top 3 favorite pay-per-views, and then we're going to be talking about a little bit more of top 3s. Our top 3...
Our top 3 pay-per-views and our top 5 wrestlers.
Top 5 wrestlers, and then the top 5 wrestlers we hate the most. So, Leigh, take it away.
Okay.
Number 3 for your pay-per-view.
All right. Now, I know you're going to be disagreeing with me, but number 3 for my top pay-per-views was WrestleMania 24. As a young boy, I actually loved this pay-per-view.
Fair.
And to this day, I still don't really mind it. And yeah, I actually enjoy. I still to this day, I enjoyed the match between The Undertaker and Edge for the World Heavyweight title. To this day, I still kind of don't mind that triple threat match between Randy Orton, John Cena, and Triple H for the WWE title, and that 18-second match between
Chavo and Kane or something?
Chavo and Kane for the ECW Heavyweight title. It shouldn't even be 18 seconds. That was the worst match out of WrestleMania 24. And the other matches I found all right, especially that Money in the Bank match.
Yes.
CM Punk totally deserved that Money in the Bank ladder match.
Now, my third favorite pay-per-view, which is going to be very shocking. Royal Rumble 2001, the goddamn greatest Royal Rumble of all time.
I have no arguments against the Royal Rumble 2001.
What a match. Kane should have won, not Stone Cold, end of story. But, yeah, I have really nothing to say about this pay-per-view. Other than that, Matt Hardy was really good in this.
Yep.
The Hardy
I agree
boys.
with you there.
The APA, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, the APA, yes.
And then, as well, Kane, Stone Cold, Rikishi was alright in this match. So, yeah, it was a very good Royal Rumble. And really, no one really cares about the other matches in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble match is the only biggest thing in the pay-per-view.
Leigh, your second favorite pay-per-view, take it away.
Okay, now this may be a WWE Network exclusive, but I will... Can we still count this as a pay-per-view?
Yes.
All right. NXT TakeOver Dallas.
Wow.
Yes. TakeOver Dallas, the best takeover in 2016. Aside from the end of the beginning, I did enjoy that match between Austin Aries and Shinsuke Nakamura. But NXT TakeOver Dallas, bang, it got my attention. Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, the best match out of the entire year, aside from AJ Styles and John Cena at SummerSlam. And American Alpha getting what they deserve, the NXT Tag Team titles. Asuka also getting what she deserves, the NXT Women's title. And Finn Balor and Joe, that was another great match. This was... It was a perfect way to have a WrestleMania weekend. I wish that was the end of WrestleMania weekend instead of WrestleMania 32. That hardly felt like a WrestleMania, by the way. All right, up to you.
My second favorite pay-per-view. Arguably the greatest WrestleMania of all time, WrestleMania 17.
Yep.
I loved Stone Cold versus The Rock. Triple H versus The Undertaker.
The best match aside from The Rock and Austin, like you said.
The Dudley Boys versus Edge and Christian
versus the Hardy Boys. Yes.
versus the Hardy Boys. This pay-per-view was so good. And yeah, I have really nothing else to say about this pay-per-view. Other than I do have Money in the Bank 2011 as tied to that as well. Because I love CM Punk. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right, now for number one. The number one best pay-per-view, in my opinion, is Wrestle Kingdom 12. Now, there is no question going to be needed for this pay-per-view. It was a experience of a lifetime, witnessing a dream match between Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. The best match of all time, aside from Tetsuya Naito and Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega and Okada from last Wrestle Kingdom, and AJ Styles and Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 10. But this pay-per-view, throughout the entire night, 5 hours of this pay-per-view, it was an instant classic. The Young Bucks winning the IWGP Heavyweight title. I loved it, but I still think they should move over to NXT. There was a death match between Hiroki Goto and Suzuki, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And at least Suzuki had the balls to go out and had his hair shaved. Take note, WWE. Take note from this. Take note from Suzuki. He went out, had the balls to had his hair shaved, instead of going out and acting like a chicken and having his hair forced to be shaved. And, yeah, with Omega, Jericho, Tetsuya Naito, and Kazuchika Okada, they were both amazing, aside from Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jay White. That match was also
amazing.
Great.
Jay White should have won, by the way.
Yeah, but Jay White has the IWGP United States title. I have nothing against it.
All right.
Now your number one, Edan.
This is the WWE-based pay-per-view, WrestleMania 20. I don't even care. I don't even have to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. The greatest WrestleMania main event. I don't care what you say, Leigh. Chris Benoit versus Shawn Michaels versus Triple H.
Yes, I agree with you there. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit for the triple threat World Heavyweight title match. It was a phenomenal match. It may not be phenomenal as The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. You might disagree with me there.
Yeah. That actually, yeah. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels was better, but the pay-per-view overall, I reckon, I think
but as WrestleMania 20 stands,
more memorable for me.
Yeah, as WrestleMania 20 stands, it's better than WrestleMania 25.
The only bad match I didn't like was Goldberg and Lesnar.
Yeah, both of them were leaving.
They had Undertaker versus Kane, and I love this match. Eddie Guerrero, Rest in Paradise, versus Kurt Angle.
And
what an amazing pay-per-view.
And that ending with Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero.
Bro, that actually made me cry. I watched it 2 years ago. And since they both passed away.
Yeah. They will always be remembered.
Still rumors about Chris Benoit's passing. Apparently it was Kevin Sullivan who did it, but I don't know. That's other news to talk about. Anyways, my favorite. Our top 5 favorite wrestlers.
All right.
Leigh, as you start, I'm going to make you start again.
All right.
Number 5.
Number 5, without a question in my book, Aleister Black. No question will be added. This guy is a god. A freaking god. I absolutely love Aleister Black the first time I saw this guy. I have a lot of potential in this guy. I hope he wins the NXT heavyweight title at NXT TakeOver New Orleans against Andreas Cien-Almas. Now, I may love Andreas Cien-Almas, but I think Aleister Black deserves it more.
My 5th is Andreas Cien-Almas. This guy is crazy. This guy is WWE Championship worthy, and if they make him a jobber,
then go kill yourself, Vince, Dunn, Roman, Road Dogg, whoever's working with WWE. Go kill yourself. Almas is the best.
Yes.
I may be going a bit dark on WWE, but this guy is great.
Yeah. Definitely. So, Leigh, fourth favorite wrestler.
All right, so the number 4th is Jay Lethal. This guy is the greatest TNA and Ring of Honor star of all time. I have no idea who would disagree with me right there. Jay Lethal proved to be the best Ring of Honor television and Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion of all time. This guy is amazing. And last week, I saw him with Flip Gordon, who is on my top 20 favorites. This guy is great. I think he should be moved over to NXT to win the NXT heavyweight title as well. And, yep, with his match against Adam Cole at Death Before Dishonor, and his match with Cody Rhodes at Final Battle, he had a great year in 2016. No question needed. On to your 4th, Edan.
The AJ Styles-esque Johnny
Wrestling.
Gargano. Do I even have to say anything about this man? This year and the end of last year, he's had an amazing wrestling career.
I'm sure this year it'll be the year of Johnny Wrestling.
I hope. And it's good that he lost. I'll tell you why later.
He'll be moved up to SmackDown Live. That's what you're predicting.
I just hope that Johnny Gargano will be used right. I hope Johnny Gargano will be controlled in a better way. But the reason why I like him is because he's like AJ Styles. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
The AJ Styles of NXT.
The AJ Styles of NXT. So Leigh, what is your third favorite wrestler? Or who is your third favorite wrestler?
All right. For number 3, my favorite wrestler of all time is...
Number 3.
Adam Cole, baby! I had to do that.
Okay.
All right. Now, Adam Cole. This guy, I had my eyes wide open on this guy. Ever since his arrival with the Bullet Club, he proved everyone that he is the best Ring of Honor World Champion of all time. Jay Lethal may be one of the best, but Adam freaking Cole, he proved everyone that he's the best 3 times. He's a Ring of Honor champion. I don't really care what people say about Adam Cole. He is great. He also deserves to be Ring of Honor champion and also WWE champion. Have him up to the main roster. He surprised everyone at the Royal Rumble, especially me. All right, now on to your third.
My third favorite wrestler, maybe our old folks will be hearing this. The best there is.
The best there was. And the best there ever will be.
Bret the Hitman Hart. As a kid, I used to wear his freaking glasses. I love this guy, man. He's my favorite technical wrestler besides Ric Flair. He's a sharpshooter. He made Stone Cold practically. That match, I Quit match, absolutely amazing. I love that match. That's what made me love Bret Hart as a heel. I loved him. The Montreal screw job. I hated Shawn Michaels for that. I wasn't around then, but I watched it when later, obviously.
Although it wasn't really intentionally Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was Vince McMahon.
He's just the greatest technical wrestler in my opinion of all time. So yeah, he's my third favorite wrestler. So
all right.
Leigh, second.
For number 2, Kazuchika Okada. Now, I wish I put him at number 1, and number 1 is the obvious. Now, I want to get to... Yep, very obvious, but I want to get to Okada first. Now, I absolutely love Kazuchika Okada. He's the reason why I'm in New Japan right now. This guy is the longest reigning IWGP heavyweight champion of all time, the Rainmaker, one of the best versions of a clothesline of all time, I might add, and put off some phenomenal matches at Wrestle Kingdom 11 and 12 against Omega and Naito. I already said that with, I think, Kenny Omega and stuff like that. And yes, this guy, I absolutely love this guy. He's my number 2. I wish I had him at number 1, but number 1 is the most obvious. On to your number 2, Edan.
I have 2 wrestlers for number 2, if that's okay, Leigh, with you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Who's your number 2?
Okada. And the best person to steal the goddamn show. Dolph Ziggler. So, I'm going to talk about Okada. Had amazing matches with Kenny Omega, with Tetsuya
Naito.
One of my favorite wrestlers. I would put him as number 2, but I don't want 3 wrestlers as number 2 because I love him. He's probably top 6. He's probably my 6th favorite. I love Tetsuya Naito. He's probably my 2nd favorite Japan wrestler. The Rainmaker is the single-handedly greatest finisher in New Japan Pro Wrestling of all time. I don't care who says what. The Rainmaker is so freaking good. Now we're going to talk about Dolph Ziggler. What do I have to say about Dolph Ziggler, man?
You don't really have to say anything. This guy's a show stealer.
He is the greatest freaking seller of all time. Now, Leigh, I want to say number 1.
Let's say number 1 together. You and me.
3, 2, 1. AJ Styles. It's so obvious.
What more can we say about AJ Styles? He is the greatest of all time.
There's no one better than AJ Styles. Arguably the best in-ring performer. On the mic, he's good. As a heel, he's good. As a face, he's good. Maybe he needs to fix that haircut. Other than that, he is goddamn perfect in the ring. Johnny Gargano is like him, yeah? He is not even nowhere near AJ Styles. AJ Styles is the greatest of all time. I don't know how to say it, man. Get ready to fly. That's all I need to say, baby.
Yes.
TNA days.
I love this TNA days. Get ready to fly. All right. Now on to our worst wrestlers. Now, I may not have a lot of terrible wrestlers, but
Same.
But there are some gimmicks that really, really make me mad.
So, number 5 for Leigh. Please take the stage.
Okay. To start things off, number 5 is Kurt Hawkins. I have to put that out. This guy is...
Nothing to say, man.
Yeah, there's nothing to say
Losing
about Kurt Hawkins.
streak. That's all you have to say.
He is the biggest idiot walking on the planet Earth today. That's all I can say about Kurt Hawkins. He's the biggest dummy walking around aside from Kevin Dunn and Road Dogg. And yes, he was actually honored that he lost to Goldust in the same place that Roddy Piper faced Goldust.
Number 5 for me. Now, everyone's gonna call me crazy because this is a very controversial one, by the way, Leigh. Your one was very good, but I don't know, man. This guy, I don't really like. It's Stardust. I didn't like him. I don't like him. I still don't. I hope he's not back again.
I agree with you there. Cody Rhodes is Stardust. It killed Cody Rhodes.
I'll have to say, really.
I couldn't blame him
That's
for
all
being.
I have to say.
I couldn't blame him and his wife, Brandy Rhodes, to be released.
Crappy wrestler, Brandy Rose. Go on.
All right. So for number 4. Number 4, I would say Stardust, but I think the Golden Truth as a unit deserves to be number 4. As a unit, the Golden Truth deserves to be number 4. Now, they may be disbanded, but this team just absolutely annoyed me in 2016. Worst team ever. Golden Star for the worst team ever. Thank the lucky stars they're broken. Yada, yada, yada. No one cares about the Golden Truth. On to your number 4, Edan.
Number 4. They were going to make The Undertaker this gimmick. And thank God they goddamn didn't. The gobbledoo Gooker, or whatever you want to call him. I don't care. He's the worst goddamn gimmick in wrestling.
Maybe the most entertaining, but God, he is just irritating to look at. What would WWE think?
And you know what? You know what? I'm going to pair this. I don't give a crap anymore. The New Day. This New Day. The new one. With the pancakes. What the hell is that crap?
I agree with you there. That's actually going to be my number 3. My number 3 worst wrestlers. Now, I have nothing against Kofi Kingston. The guy is phenomenal.
Same as Xavier Woods, man.
Yes, Xavier Woods. They're
all phenomenal,
yeah,
but
they're all
just
phenomenal,
this gimmick.
But as a trio with pancakes, putting off one of the worst feuds I have ever witnessed as a pro wrestling fan. This was god awful. All right.
My number 3, Doink the Clown.
Yep, Doink the Clown.
The
Steve
freak.
Lombardi, you clown.
All right, I don't even have to say anything about Doink the Clown. Go on, Leigh. Number 2.
Okay, so for number 2, I don't really have much for number 2, but for number 2, it had to be Zack Ryder as a jobber. Yep. I had a lot of potential with Zack Ryder, but the guy, he just doesn't deserve to be a jobber. The guy has a lot of things going around, but I think the one thing that killed him was the internet title. The internet championship shouldn't even be a thing for Zack Ryder.
Maybe.
All right, on to your number 2.
My number 2, well, this one's a hard one, man. This one is I don't know, man.
But number 1 is easy.
Number 1's very easy. But just come on, man. Like
there's no one else out there.
You really think there's no one else out there? This guy is nearly worse than the guy.
Say his name.
Should I, Leigh?
Go on ahead.
They're a big group, and you might call me crazy. The Spirit Squad. What the hell?
Yes, I agree with you there.
What
Spirit
the hell
Squad.
was that?
They may be entertaining, but their feud with DX. Now, I had a lot of laughs on this. Now, with the Spirit Squad, I just have no words for them.
Number 1.
Easily the number 1 worst wrestler of all time.
Roman Reigns. Well, this crap is not even scripted. None of this was. The worst goddamn wrestler of all time. Superman punch. No kryptonite inside.
Yeah,
the guy. What worst promo? I don't care, bro. I'm having a rant over Roman Reigns because he's the goddamn worst goddamn wrestler of all goddamn time.
Jesus, a lot of hate's going on Roman Reigns tonight. And yes, some hate is going to be coming from me. You don't deserve to be in those main events. 31, 32, 33, and especially 34. This was the most predictable match I have ever seen last month. The Elimination Chamber, 7-man Elimination Chamber, I was fuming with anger. It was predictable. That's why I was fuming with anger because of this. It was predictable. We knew last year when Lesnar won the Universal title from Goldberg at WrestleMania 33, we were going to get this match. And that's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. Roman Reigns is god awful. He doesn't deserve to win the United States title, the World Heavyweight title, the Royal Rumble in 2015, the Intercontinental title in late 2017.
Grand Slam champion.
And it doesn't deserve to win the Elimination Chamber match last month. And sure as hell doesn't deserve to win the Universal title next month at WrestleMania 34.
Which he
Roman
will.
Reigns, get fired from WWE. Just don't wrestle at all.
All right. We got our top 5 finishes, Leigh.
All right.
This might have surprised you. But as again, you're going to go first.
All right. So for number 5, now you may call me crazy. I may love AJ Styles, but the Styles Clash is on my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
I would put the Phenomenal Forum there as my equal. Both those moves are phenomenal. No pun intended. All right, on to your number 5.
Number 5 is a Swanton Bomb. I
All
loved
right.
Jeff Hardy. It's practically like a backflip from the top rope, but he spreads his legs out and stuff. It's a sick move. It's just a high flying move, and yeah.
Okay then, for number 5.
Number 4, you mean?
Oh, 4, sorry. Yes. Number 4. Number 4 is Edge's spear.
Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Let's just give him the spear. Really, done? Really? Edge delivers a great spear.
I think the greatest spear of all time. I loved Rhino, by the way. I love the gore.
Oh yeah, the gore. Yes, I would put Rhino's gore there as well.
I loved Goldberg's spear in WCW.
Yep. Any spear other than Roman Reigns is my number 4.
That was a sick spear. So Edge, you like spear? Edge. Well, what is it, Leigh? Come on, since you like the spear. Edge on the 20-foot ladder.
Edge on the 20-foot ladder. Oh God.
By the way,
WrestleMania 17 delivered the greatest spear of all time. All right, on to you, Edan. You're number 4.
how can you forget this guy, man? I don't know if you have. I don't know if you're going to add him, maybe because I said it. GTS. Go to Sleep by CM Punk and Hideo Itami. I'll give him props.
Now, here's where I'm gonna put the GTS on my top 5 list. You may not see this coming. Go on about your
Okay. GTS is one of my favorite moves. I used to love CM Punk. I still do love CM Punk, and the Go to Sleep was absolutely amazing. He lifts him up on his shoulder, he drops him, and then puts a knee in his face.
Yeah, that's also from Hideo Itami.
All right, number 3, Leigh.
All right, so for my number 3, Jesus, this is gonna be a difficult one. For number 3, I would say, oh God, I don't know. I might as well put that 450 splash. as my
Oh,
finishing
yeah.
move.
Yeah,
Now-
that's a good one.
And yeah, there's nothing else
Just
left
a
to say.
450 splash.
Yeah, the 450 splash.
Alright.
Or for equal number 3, I'd put the red arrow from Adrian Neville.
Oh, that's a good finisher.
Yeah.
But for number 3 for me is the F5. I love it. And the 650 or 625 splash from Ricochet.
Oh yeah, yes.
F5's pretty self-explanatory. You put him up on your shoulders, you turn him around the world, and you do it, and you just put him down.
All right. So
Yeah.
for my number 2 is the GTS. Now,
GTS.
number 1, it's going to be a big surprise. Now, you already talked about the GTS. There's nothing more I could say about the GTS. One of the best moves of all time. On to your number 2.
Rainmaker.
All right. The Rainmaker, it will be my honorable mention.
Absolutely number 2 on my list. How the hell can you not have the Rainmaker? What the hell? Unless it's an honorable mention, like Leigh said, but the Rainmaker is one of the greatest finishes I've ever seen in my life. But number 1, come on, man. Like, it's just too obvious what number 1 is, but go on.
Number 1, the Young Bucks Meltzer Piledriver.
Wow.
What more can I say about the Young Bucks? They are the best tag team of all time. Aside from the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, there's nothing else I can say about the Young Bucks. That Piledriver really makes me feel like the greatest Young Bucks fan of all time. This move is the greatest. More bang for your buck, an okay move, but this move tops all
Leigh,
the moves.
I showed you the Young Bucks, am I correct?
Yes, you showed me the Young
Yeah.
Bucks.
The greatest finisher of all time is the RKO.
I'm with you there.
I love the RKO. Everyone should know it. Come on, man. That's the RKO. The RKO is the greatest finisher. Right now, guys, we don't have a lot of time, so we have to leave it there. But that was probably our best episode. Tune in for next week. We did talk about the Elimination Chamber.
We talked about Raw, SmackDown, my rumor mill. We went through our top 5 best, worst wrestlers, our top 5 moves, our 3 best pay-per-views.
Next week on the ENL segment, it's not just going to be top 5s. We're also going to be talking about, what's it called? Where, who, and what wrestlers should sign for the WWE. We should have done that last week, but we didn't.
But next week, we will bring it.
Yes. We will have our opinions on that show. Thank you very much. And yeah.
2Sweet. Good night.
confident